We're not talking about the Jones fight. What are we doing?
Oh, please, by all means, talk to me. I'm trying to be respectful of your time.
I respect my time. It was a huge fight. I mean, I just kind of. Can you ever see? You guys see Stripes? Did you ever see the movie Stripes?
Not for a long time. It's hilarious.
Oh man! Yeah. There's that scene where they're behind enemy lines and they're in the back of the truck. They all have their rifles and they open up and the other side is pointing at him and he's just giving the guns. Yeah, it's okay. I get John Candy starts going, okay, let's give him over. That was like World War II all over again. What the hell was I looking at? But hats off to Jon Jones with all the, it was good. The other guy had great guillotine defense too.
No, please. Whatever. No, I'm going to take 5 minutes more of your time. All right. I'm going to take 5 minutes more of your time to talk about Jon Jones and Alexa Grasso very quickly. I apologize. I realized you joined us during the Bo Nickel conversation, right? But yes, I mean, there are a lot of angles, right, on not just the Jon Jones side, but the Ciryl Gane side as well. Kenny and I were sort of bemoaning the fact that he's had 14, 15 months since the Francis Ngannou fight, that knowing that it was either going to be Stipe or Jon Jones, that if you really are going to have any sort of sustained championship run, once you got to take advantage of that time. And seemingly he has not been doing that.
Man, I tell you what, I wouldn't even have let that guy have any striking, no pad work. All you're going to do is wrestle. That's it. You're going to wrestle until somebody can't get you down. And then you're going to keep going. Like John, you hit that on the head, man. You hit it on the head with the
appetite for it.
No, not the apathetic, is it? Is that
the
word?
Yeah.
Apathetic. Yeah. Like his just carefree attitude, it's a fight. Dude, no. It's the heavyweight championship of the world. Like, Jon Jones he was dead on, man. Jon Jones, look, he called it. Got to give it up to him. I'm not the biggest Jon Jones fan. I mean, I always respected his talent, but he called what he was going to do. You got to give it up to him. And he went in and did it. And just the way he was calling it out, like, dude, I'm here focusing on what I have to do. You're playing video games. Like, the guy's dead on. Yeah. I don't know. But, as a coach, there's certain guys you just can't get through to. I mean, it's not really even the coach's problem. It's just the guy's problem. But I don't know. It just didn't look like he gave a shit one way or the other. And I think you had said that, and it kind of played out that way to me. That's the way it looked.
And you know what? I'm really happy for Jon Jones, right? Aside from my personal relationship with him, which is very strong, winning to him is everything, Kenny. And there are a lot of fighters who are able to detach themselves from a singular win or a singular loss. Two guys that come to mind, Sean O'Malley and Israel Adesanya, are very much able to detach themselves from one singular result. Now, O'Malley obviously hasn't won the world title. Adesanya has, right? But to Jon Jones, winning is everything. And I'm not saying that he would, do something drastic to preserve a win, but it matters to him so damn much that I don't know. I know Ciryl Gane's angry, but I don't know that it matters as much to him, and I don't know.
Yeah, what's he angry about?
I don't really know. He didn't expand necessarily upon I think that was one of his emotions after the fact. He angry that he got embarrassed in front of the world.
I'd like to hear the angry because I didn't train the right way. Right. Angry because I didn't diet the right way. Angry because I didn't practice my test. What are you angry about?
No,
I would love to know.
No, you're right. No, I mean, I think he's got to have just massive regret, right?
Because he had training partners that were half his size. Because he didn't.
Right.
It's like There's
who's more angry than you? The poor fuckers that bet on you. They're angry.
Yeah.
That's who's angry. Right. What is he angry about?
It's one of those things, Ray, right? It's like you want the fighter who points at himself first and be like, I fucked up. And it's like, what are you angry about? Are you angry about other things, the way the fight went down, as opposed to going, no, I could have done way better in my training camp to prepare for this fight. Right. So we'll see how he comes back. He's got so much talent. And again, that can be a blessing and a curse. Jon Jones knows all about that.
Right. Oh, without a doubt. Jon Jones, we said in the thing, the one thing he does, he knows how to compete. And, look, I would have loved to, just like with Bo Nickel, I get like with Mike Brown, I would have loved to see Jon Jones tested a little more at heavyweight. Yeah. But we really, didn't get to see anything. He made that look so simple that, God bless him, man. Hats off to him. And the fact that he just predicted it and the way he said it, like, it came to fruition. So, I don't know. All you could do is be happy for the guy, the way he performed. But the other guy, I'd love to know what he was angry about.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's just no substitute for hard work, right? I remember when Jairzinho Rosenstrike signed with the UFC, and I said, "What's the big difference now?" He's like, "Train 3 times a day instead of 2," and it sort of feels like that's got to be the approach, like this whole career, man. So that when you get there, like my 11-year-old daughter, right? Thinks obviously she knows everything, right? But it's like, I said that the worst part about your existence, honey, right now is that you still have no idea what hard work is, right? You think you know, and then all of a sudden in a couple years when middle school gets hard, right, it's going to be like, damn, I wish you could know right now at 11 what hard at work actually is, because you don't know. And I don't know, man, if you're listening out there and you're young, work hard, right?
Yeah, really. I mean, but honestly, it's simple advice, but it's the right advice. And unfortunately, with this sport, that's why a guy like Bo Nickel, because of his wrestling experience, you put him up against Derek Bronson or Duplessis. What do you think's going to happen? The guy's got 4 fights. Well, right. Kenny, I'm not. It's not.
It won't even be a fight. He'll smash.
It's a little bit of a problem with this sport. Not a problem, but it's the only sport where you could still get away with something like that. You're not getting away with a guy that was a Hall of Fame baseball player jumping over to football. It doesn't work like that. But you can be a wrestler, a stud wrestler like Bo Nickel. You're gonna knock out 90% of the people right off the bat. 90%. Now, the way you bring him up, I can't believe we're back to him again. But the way you bring him up is obviously going to be important. But that's the crazy part. You could get that guy into the top 3 tomorrow.
No, right. No, well, hey, look at Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland, right? I mean, yeah. If you can find a willing party in that top 5, right? Right. I mean, right. If you were to do a main event, and I know this is a huge stretch, right? Bo Nickel and Dricus Duplessis right now. You know what I mean? I mean, is that not a competitor? You tell me right now, Bo Nickel's not the betting favorite on paper? And that would put him in the top 5. Who's favored, Kenny?
Yeah, without a doubt.
No question
do that tomorrow.
Bo Nickel's, massively favored, perhaps.
Very quickly, Ray, in Alexa Grasso's post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, she intimated that they had worked very hard to potentially use some of the spinning attacks against Valentina Shevchenko. Crazy. She just released a post on her social media intimating that back take. They identified maybe that they'd be able to get to it off a spinning kick. They had worked it for months, worked it in the back before the fight on Saturday, and it ultimately produces a world championship.
Hats off to the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, hats off. And I tell you, when she leaped on that neck, man, Kenny, that was a back take from hell. That was crazy.
She looked like a lioness, just like.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
But I think it'll make for a good rematch, but there wasn't a big discrepancy standing up.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a really intriguing rematch, for sure. But I just think, look, you can only go up for so long. We've been through this with everybody, right? I don't know if this is Valentina's time. She showed a little kink, in the armor with the last fight maybe, but she's going to have to tune up a couple of things to win that fight. Because I tell you, standing up wise, I think she was getting the worst of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that both realized success, but I think Valentina maybe, if she watches it back, she'll feel like it wasn't even as dominant as maybe she thought it was initially after the fact. I thought it was a close competitive fight really from the outset.
Yeah, 100%. No, that was definitely a close fight. I guess you have to give the rounds to Valentina for the takedowns were beautiful. But man, look, Valentina's got every right to say she did make that one mistake, and that did cost her the fight, but that was a huge mistake.
So. I thoutt what was interesting, even as she was winning, there was a bit of desperation on Valentina that we haven't seen before. But
all I know is when they stepped in the pocket, that Grasso got the best of those exchanges. The other Valentina, nice jab, but she was too stiff on those inside exchanges where the boxing started to look really in Grasso's favor. So, but a good rematch. I think she can make some adjustments and win that fight. That's the good news. But that was a great fight, man. Holy crap. That came out of nowhere.
All right, buddy. Well, safe travels to Vegas. We'll be watching. And I'm not trying to bang on your barber, but I don't know, a little tighter on the sides, maybe get the hair off the ears. You're going to be all over television this weekend, and it looks a little wayward.
I mean, this is actually a wig.
It looks like a fucking wig. It looks like a goddamn hairpiece.
Oh, it is a wig. It's a dyed wig.
It kind of looks like that. Hey,
you're not calling the fight this weekend?
No, I asked to do the pay-per-view in London next weekend instead, with respect.
Oh, man.
No, I got 2 pay-per-views in 3 weeks, so I couldn't make it.
You think they asked? You think they asked John? You think John asked to do the pay-per-view? Come on, dude.
I'm on the fucking A team. I'm on the A team.
He's a big,
spent my whole life being
now.
the bridesmaid on the B team. Now I can say I'm on the A team.
Right.
Wow.